Okay, thanks everybody. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to be as funny or as humorous as our last speaker because that was fabulous. Thank you. Oberon Arts Council, these are our public art projects that we have undertaken since 2008. And these projects have involved the whole of the Oberon community, and I feel a bit of a fraud tonight standing here. I actually represent a group of wonderful people who've all worked to achieve this. This is the terrazzo tapestry. We actually took the bicentennial tapestries that were stitched by 70 needleworkers in 88, wasn't it? Bicentenary, and then we took them and made it into a terrazzo, which is a marble floor, which is down in the common in the rotunda. And it was actually called Patchwork for Men, and you can see, I know some of the men are in this room tonight, and they came along. It was actually really difficult because we had to do it all in foam and take out the foam like a jigsaw and then fill it with the concrete colours. So we had these two lovely ladies, and we have Joan Harmon and Bev Evans here, Bev Armstrong, I beg your pardon, and we were having trouble, so they painted all the foam pieces to match the tapestries. So then we knew what colours to make. So the concrete was made and put in. We involved all the school children. Some of the teachers were very helpful and very supportive, and they brought their classes down. Can you see, Mrs. Dello? And these kids got a great deal of satisfaction out of doing this, and they learnt a lot, and they realised how hard it was. What a big job. We had people in this from 2 years to 80 or 90 nearly, and they all got in. The hardest part was getting the foam out as the concrete dried. It all had to be picked out and taken out, and that was probably the most tedious part. But Gabriella Hedges was wonderful, and she was there, and then at the end they went away to Sydney to be cut and polished down at Terrazzo Australia, and the Oberon Council helped to get them out. They were really heavy, and you can see probably there's a little circle, and we actually acid etched those down at the common in situ when we finished. We couldn't do those. There's the finished project, and our Aboriginal part there, as you take your next step, remember the first people who walked this land, and we had a little 2-year-old's footprints in there, and that's now a focal point at the common, and it was a huge project, but it's something that will be here forever. Our second project we went on to was through CASP funding, and we did a diprotodon youth mosaic mural. So the diprotodon was found, the bones were found in Geelong caves, and we had some CASP funding, and we actually did a project, and we worked with the kids and told them about the dynasty, about the era. This is Selena Seifert. She drew it all up. She's the most amazing artist, and she has such a vision and such colour, and I'm sorry she can't be here tonight. Anyway, she drew this up, and we took this around to all the schools, so it's quite a big piece. If you go down to the Visitor Information Centre, you'll see it. Our next project, just when we thought we'd run out of puff, we decided to do memory walls. And these were the memory walls that we built at the common, but first we made these tiles. Sorry Tracy, your photo didn't go in, I don't think, but we had one of you helping. So each of the tiles represent an artefact from the past, and we embossed them in. We then built the walls. That's just a little bit about the walls there, and then we offered people the opportunity to buy a paver for their family and put that down at the common. So it was a rather large project, the tiles, and we had there's the finished project there, and you can see this is the timeline, which was actually Alan Brown's timeline, and it's been reproduced on the stainless steel. And all these handmade tiles representing all the flora and fauna from the district, and all objects through the ages, from when Oberon was under the sea, so we had fossils, till today. We then, everyone gave us their story, and we thought, what are we going to do with these? So we put them into a book, and this is our book. Every paper tells a story, and people who bought a paper put their family history in. We sold these out in 10 days. We only printed 80. Thought that was heaps. 10 days, we're doing another reprint. Then council wrote to us and said, well, can you do something with the toilet block? We try to engage the youth of the town to prevent vandalism. That's really our aim. We're trying to give them something that they'll actually look at and appreciate. So these are the little bullocks. Selena Seaford again, and she's going around with, I've been going with her to the small schools, and this is doing the wagon. So the common used to be called Bullock Flats, and we thought what better place to have to do a bullock. So we've got the bullocks and the wagon, and we're really hoping there's a person in this room we might be able to convince to do a bullocky. But anyway, that's another story. So this is at Black Springs. There's the wagon, and you can see the running board. That'll go onto the wall, and then we'll paint. So we'll be looking for artists to help us to paint what the wagons used to carry, like the wheat or the potato, and not wheat, potatoes and all those things. So there are our bullocks. The council have been fabulous. They've given us their garage where they store the care car, and we've walked the bullocks in. They've all been grouted. It's been a huge project. We've had them at the markets and everywhere, and people have come and just done a little bit, and that's been fabulous. And that's Selena's impression of what they'll look like at the common. So you can see the wagon. It won't be like that. It'll be more of a proper wagon. And from that down in the playground, you'll look up and see, and it will look as if they're walking around the corner. That's the plan. So that's our and the back of the wall, that's huge. We're going to do the timeline again. This is our new direction, just when we ran out of puff, which I'm about to do. Arts and health. And we have a wonderful Christine McMillan who came out, and she bought all these art objects called Art in a Suitcase to re-engage the elderly, to re-engage people who are forgetting. And that's our direction. Thank you.